Welcome back to the podcast. We're doing it standing up today. Hopefully this sound isn't like too bad because I'm standing a little further away from the mic and I don't have my wireless mic on because the last one in the last podcast just was not turning out well. It kept like cutting out and getting staticky. I need to figure that out. I still have this mic over here that I need to figure out as well. Let me show you that. This one right here. I need to figure out how to use this because I feel like this would be like perfect. It's like a perfect podcast setup. But yeah, I'm doing the podcast standing up today because I don't know, sometimes I'm just like wanting to stand up and do my stuff. I feel like that's why people get stand-up desks, because it's like, it feels good to stand up and not sit down all the time while you're doing stuff, which I honestly don't know why I want to stand up right now because I just had a full shift of work and just got back from the gym, but I'm still feeling like active and ready to go and motivated, which is pretty crazy. I haven't even had a coffee today. I've had like half of a cold brew. Anyway, totally going free right now. I don't have anything written down, kind of the same thing as the last podcast. I gotta get my daily stitches segment in. Say what's up. Oh. Yeah, guys, somebody explain to me why my cat squeaks. I don't get it. Why does he squeak? Why do you squeak? All right, I'm gonna put him down now. But yeah, I figured I'd tell like a little story because, you know, it makes a good title and thumbnail, obviously. I have gotten not one, not two, but three. Actually, I might have gotten two or three, I don't know. 2 or 3 eviction notices on my apartment. Like whenever they put the thing on your door, like taped on your door, and then you just see it and you're just like, damn. Which, funny I'm saying this because it actually has nothing to do with what I'm gonna be talking about in this video. I think both of the times was just because my payments like were messing up and they weren't automatically going through, which is how I have it set up. Just like they automatically come out of my bank account every day on said day of the month. So yeah, that's normally how I do it. They weren't going through if they thought I was just like not paying, and then they put the eviction notice thing on my door and I was kind of just like, I paid. There we go, boom, title and thumbnail, done. Sorry, clickbait, sorry. But a time that I should have gotten evicted, which was actually insane. It was a birthday party that I threw for myself last year. Let me just start from the beginning. So it was like a normal weekend or something like that. I think it was like a Saturday, or I don't even know. Actually, let me check real quick just to make sure. Okay, it was a Friday. So yeah, weekend night. I guess you could consider that the weekend. Do you consider Friday a weekend? No, that's definitely a weekday, but you know, starts of the weekend, Friday night, whatever. So 3 days or so prior to that, I made a plan with my friends that I thought that it would be fun to have people over at mine because I hadn't really had a lot of friends over at mine before, and I was like, let's do it. This is back in September, so keep in mind it's still nice outside here in Southern California. Like, it's not really cold. Like, you can go to the pool, you can go to the beach, you can do whatever you want really. It's pretty much perfect weather. It's like 70s, maybe 80. So I make this plan to have people over, and I'm like, yeah guys, come over anytime from like 2 p.m. to, I don't know, you guys can stay however long. Turns out nobody came, so I'm sitting here on my couch like, when are you guys coming? The plan was to swim in the pool at my apartment because obviously like during the daytime we can make as much noise as we want. Like, you know, obviously I'm in an apartment and you can't really be screaming no matter what time of day it is, but it's better to be a little bit louder during the day than in the middle of the night, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah guys, pull up at 2 and we can swim the pool and we can get some food or whatever. Like there's tables set up, we can do whatever, and then we can just chill at mine. You guys can stay however long, anybody can stay the night, it doesn't really matter to me, your choice, whatever. These motherfuckers pull up at like 8 or 9 p.m. So obviously at this point it's like a little bit chilly to be swimming in the pool. So we're like, what do we want to do? Hot tub? There's like 17 people here, I'm pretty sure. The pool closes at like 11 p.m. on weekends or something like that, so we go down there at like 10:30. Me and 17 of my friends, we're just walking down to the hot tub. It's right next to the pool. In my mind, I'm like, wait, how is this gonna work? I have way too many people to fit in this hot tub. Some people are just gonna have to sit out. So I'm like, girls, you guys can go in first, and then the guys, we can just like, if there's space, we can get in, whatever, doesn't really matter. So we're walking up to the pool. My neighbor's in there with his kid, like young child. So he's sitting in there with his daughter, and I'm automatically like, oh God. Because now I'm like, dang, we can't go in the pool or the hot tub, and I don't want to just have everybody drive here because a lot of people came from like Riverside, California, which is like 40 miles from me. So I didn't want to just invite people over to just sit in my apartment and do nothing, you know what I'm saying? So me and the guys are probably like, man, yeah, it's probably not a good idea. We should probably turn around or whatever, because I don't want to just bombard them. Like, it's literally my neighbor, not my neighbor, but some guy that like lives in my apartment complex, and we see each other or whatever. Didn't really like know him, but we've seen each other. It's been like a hey, like whenever I, you know, walk by him, whatever, type shit. So he's just in there with his young daughter. It's like 10:30 p.m. on a Friday night, and I'm just like, dang, I kind of don't know if we should go in. Like, we should probably just like let them do their thing, because there's also a max limit of people of like 5. So me walking up with 17 people, I cannot imagine the dad just being like, he was probably like, there's no way they're coming here, right? The girls are like, yeah, let's do it, whatever. I think everybody was probably just in like a YOLO mood or something. I don't know. I mean, Hypothetically, there was drinks before, but hypothetically, I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just making that up because possibly there was, possibly there wasn't. Anyway, we get in the hot tub. 17 people. It was insane. I cannot believe that we didn't get kicked out or like the cops called on us or something. It was ridiculous. Anyway, I'm like,
so, what's your name, sir?
Because we're all just sitting in there. We've seen each other before. As I said, like, I don't have a connection with this dude. I've just seen him, like, walking by him in the apartment, like, hey, how's it going, type of stuff. So I'm like, hey, what's your name, whatever. And then we're just greeting each other. My buddy's like, so you think he's gonna get evicted for this? And I'm just like, the guy was like, probably. And I was just like, oh my God. Was not trying to make a bad impression with my neighbor, but he was pretty cool. I actually see him now a couple times and it's like, you know, I say what's up to him and I can say his name now because we met. I'm gonna insert the picture of us in that hot tub over here, but it was just absolutely ridiculous. Like we were deep in that hot tub. It looks way bigger in the picture, but it was insane. Like we were shoulder to shoulder pretty much. Anyway, so the pools and hot tub close at 11 on weekends, as I said earlier. And so at this point, I'm pretty sure it's past 11. The dad and his daughter had left because they were in there prior and we were in there for like 40 minutes. Like we were in there for a while. So they're gone. It's past 11 for sure at this point. I want to say it was probably like 11, maybe 11:15-ish. Moral of the story, it's closed. And so I'm kind of nervous because one time I was in there with one of my friends and it was late, like 30 minutes or so past the time whenever it closes, and a public security guard came in and told us we had to get out. And so I was like, dang, if he comes in and sees 17 people in the 5 max hot tub, not ideal. And so I'm like, all right guys, let's go, let's get up and go. So we get up and go, we come back to my apartment, had a night, it was a fun time. It was so eventful leaving the hot tub though, because for some reason, actually I guess this makes sense now that I'm thinking about it because Halloween is the month after my birthday, but anyway, there was a lady like outside of the apartment who was wearing a costume. She was wearing like an alien costume. It was like green around her head and then she had like a baby alien like inflatable that was in front of her and she was just like shaking ass. She was literally just throwing that back in front of everybody, and so we were just sitting there like, woo, like hyping her up. Obviously, like who's not gonna hype her up? She's with like 2 of her friends and they're just like laughing at her, but yeah, they were like, we just got this in the mail. They were like showing it off to us. It was hilarious, so funny. Then we're going back to my room, then we start walking back to my room more. We're like getting out of the pool area at this point, and my buddy goes, who's that? And I look over and it's security guards closing up. And so everybody just starts running to my room. I'm sitting there like, oh my God, I'm definitely getting in trouble. Then the security guard came to my room with the police officer, put me in cuffs. No, I'm just kidding. That didn't actually happen. We were all good. We got back to my room and nothing happened. I guess they were probably just like locking up the whole pool area, which good thing we left at the time we did. That would have sucked if they would have caught us in there, even though it wouldn't have been a big deal, I guarantee it, but it just would have been awkward. Like, I don't know. They've said it to me before to get out, so I don't know. So we come back to my room. We're like playing Pong, playing music. I think we're literally playing Fortnite because the OG had just come out and we were like, oh my gosh, this is like nostalgic. I almost got the victory royale. Yeah, I came up second. I had like 8 kills. I'm like, dang, I'm him. Call me ninja. Nothing even happened from that, which I was honestly expecting to get like a letter or something that was like, you need to shut up or else you're getting evicted. That's my story time for my birthday, where I don't know how I didn't get evicted or in trouble in any sort of capacity, but we are here still, which is good. So good times, fun times, good memories. I'll never forget that. That was hilarious. Shout out to all my friends who drove 40 miles to come hang out in a hot tub and an apartment with me. You guys are some real ones. Now I'm at the point in the podcast where I don't know what to talk about. So still trying to figure out what I want to do with this podcast, because I don't know if I want to do like story times like this or if I want to like sit down with people, which I'll probably do that too. I don't know if I want to have like more of a structure to it, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I set up an iPad, or not an iPad, a laptop, and I have topics on there, which I'll probably continue to do that, but I'm just trying to crank these out right now because I'm like super ahead in my vlogs right now. I literally am uploading as we're speaking. My laptop's back there, uploading a vlog for February 17th, and today is January 28th. So I'm like damn near a month ahead, and I'm like a week ahead in podcasts. So I'm trying to make a bunch of podcasts to catch up to the vlogs. Vlogs are just like mad convenient because I'll just be hanging out with my friends and I'll just record it. Boom, there's a video. But like podcasts, I actually have to like sit down and like think of ideas and do stuff like that. In my last vlog, we hit 16K and I got it on camera, which was it was so sick. That's like one of my favorite clips I have. That vlog will be out on the 17th of February, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe. I can't believe we're at 16K already. I think we're like 16.5K, and I literally filmed this hitting 16K like 2 days ago. So subs been going crazy. Been getting like a couple hundred a day, and the reason for that is because I've just been go. I've been like doing everything I can. Have not been wasting time. I've just been doing everything like faster this year, which I feel like is definitely a key to growing. Like obviously you want to do things good, but you need to do things faster as well so you can produce as much as you can, especially at the stage of like growing at the beginning. Here's this book I've been reading recently. Actually, I just started. I'm like only a chapter in, but I know that a lot of people recommend this book, like business guys and anybody in general that's trying to like 10x something. The 10x Rule by Grant Cardone. I know a lot of people know Grant Cardone. Great role model, great, you know, businessman, great motivational speaker. Essentially, the 10x rule is doing like 10 times more than what the standard is. So just for example, like hypothetically speaking, say you're trying to get better at like baseball or something, and somebody says, oh, you need to practice your batting in the batting cage like once a week. I'm doing 10 times that. I'm doing 10 times a week. I'm doing as much as I can. Picture getting, damn, Cybertruck. Picture getting 10 times the reps of somebody else that's doing the standard and achieving the average. Like you're gonna get obviously more from that. So another example, if you're doing sales, whatever it is, and you're trying to sell people something and you have leads, you're gonna do 10x the sales calls than the average, or you're gonna do 10x the warming leads up than the average person. It's honestly just a great way to think about things, and for me it's like really been helping because people are able to accomplish so much more than they think they can. Like in a 24-hour span, you can accomplish so many things if you just prioritize it. And it's really fun too. Like it doesn't even feel like work whenever you're growing and you're learning how to get better at something. It just feels like you're improving yourself. It doesn't feel like, oh, this is a grudge. I have to go do this. It's like, yes, like I'm trying to do this. Like the other day I was at my friends and I think I went to bed I'm not even kidding, I'm pretty sure like 6 a.m. Either that or like 5. No, it was definitely like 6 a.m. And I'm trying to sleep in. Like I'm not purposefully waking up or setting an alarm or anything. Like I'm trying to sleep in because I like getting my sleep. I like really focus on sleep. I believe that's important. 8 hours a night, it's like important to me. Getting good sleep makes you feel more energized. It keeps your sicknesses away. It gives you less brain fog. Like it just makes you feel better in the long run. So I really prioritize 8 hours of sleep. But anyway, as I was saying, I got like, I don't even know how many hours of sleep. I went to bed at 6 a.m. and woke up at like 9:30. And I feel like I'm just at a point where I've been working so hard for so long now that I just want to wake up and like start working. So I got up at like, I don't even know. I think I laid there for like 30 minutes because obviously I was still tired. But after I couldn't fall asleep for like 30 minutes, I just got up, went to a Starbucks and like started working again because I want to, not because I'm like, dang, I have to do this 10x rule. I just want to do it. Like it just feels good. He said something in this book that like really clicked with me, and it's like I feel that it is my obligation to get everything that I want. Like there's nothing that is going to be handed to me, and even if it is, it's not going to be as fulfilling as if I go get it myself. So it is 100% my obligation to create success for myself in whatever field I want to do. And it used to be really hard for me to get in this mindset because, you know, some stuff just kind of happens and it's not your fault, and I'd get down about it and be like, oh, what am I supposed to do? Like it wasn't my fault. But even if something that's bad that happens to you isn't your fault, it's still your problem. So you need to take 100% responsibility for it. That's another thing that's been like helping me recently, is taking everything like it is my fault and just dealing with it myself. And I'm not saying I get down on myself like, dang, like I fucked this up and I fucked that up and I'm just messing everything up. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying I'm taking full responsibility for everything that I want to change. Super helpful to do. Definitely recommend that, even if you have nothing to do with it and it just happened. You just got to take responsibility for stuff even if it's not your fault. Because pushing things off is the opposite of what you want to do. As I was saying earlier, faster, faster, faster. Like that's what's really been helping me, so that's what I recommend to you guys. So I think I'm gonna end the podcast here because it's kind of getting dark out. My natural lighting is going away. If you guys like this style of podcast where I like do a story time and then just kind of ramble at the end, let me know. I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty easy to film as well, really chill. Stitches, come here. Cover the lens, buddy. Cover it with your one leg. See you guys.
I just saying all the smoke. Fill my cup all the way up doing toast. From the jumpers, I knew I was chose. Look at my wrist and it's doing the most. She's the one, so I'm keeping it close.